It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from Sadlers Brewery and it's a bottle of their Christmas Pudding Stout coming in at 4.5% ABV. I seen this in one of those bargain shops. Home Bargains, I think it was, or was it B&H? One of the two. But I seen it and I thought, I gotta have that. I've gotta have that. A Christmas Pudding Stout. So here is a look at the bottle cap. Without further ado, let's get this beer out into a glass, see what we get. Nice bit of smoke on the bottle opening. Beer in the glass. Hear that? The any old Iron Man. Remember him? Back. It's like the 1970s all over again. Any old iron. Right, so beer in the glass. We got a 2-finger, slightly off-white head. It's, from my angle, holding it against the French doors with just the light behind me, there's a little bit of light bleeding through. Not sure if you can see that, but there's a little bit of light bleeding through this stout. It looks jet black for the camera. Slow moving carbonation. Let's get the aroma. I like Sadlers. I think for me, Sadlers, they're very famous for their Mud City Stout, which some people really like as a stout. Some people say it's more of a dark mild. But I like it. I like their Mud City Stout. This is roasted malt coming through, chocolate, coffee, caramel. It's a little hoppy too. Like figs, Christmas figs and prunes and spices. Dark chocolate and caramel. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. Ooh. Astringent bitterness on the back end. Quite an astringent bitterness. This reminds me of a dry Irish stout, where the beer has been designed to be more refreshing, more drinkable. But that then, it leads the beer to be quite thin. It's quite a thin beer. There's for a stout, I like a rich, creamy, velvety mouthfeel. There's not much of a big, thick, creamy, rich, velvety mouthfeel going on here. Christmas pudding. It actually says Christmas pudding on the front of the. Yeah, I suppose I can go with that. They've used spices and maybe a touch of cinnamon and maybe a touch of ginger in this stout. They've obviously got the rights to the Peaky Blinder, the TV series. They've obviously got the rights to the naming of this beer and the naming rights for the Peaky Blinder series. My argument would be, if you put all the effort into getting the naming rights for the Peaky Blinder series, which I kind of understand, you know, flat caps, real ale, kind of works together, apart from the gangster bit. But you've gone to that effort of grabbing hold of that naming right, and then you produce a bit of a subpar beer and go, yeah, that'll be alright, This beer could have been an absolute blockbuster for this company, for Sadlers. It could have been a right blockbuster. They've got the naming rights, they've got all that right. You've got the guy there holding a giant Christmas pudding. It all should work. It all should work. But as with a lot of these more regional brewery types, the liquid just never seems to match the initial marketing, branding effort that's gone into the beer. It never seems to match up to that. The effort that they put in to the marketing of this beer. If they put the same effort into brewing a decent beer, then they would have the complete package. They would have the complete package, and they would probably sell an awful lot more of this beer, and it would tend to then that beer not ending up in the B&H bar, B&M bargains or home bargains or whatever. I can't even remember where I picked one of them. They all kind of blend into one, these shops these days, don't they? These bargain shops. You buy one thing in one thing, you can buy the other thing in the other thing. 7 Kit Kats for £1, that sort of thing. I use them all the time. I'm not slating these places, I use them all the time. But this beer for, I think it was about £1.30, £1.40, something like that. This should sell, this should have loads of body, loads of chocolate and caramel, filled with oats, loads of oats in the beer to give a wonderful mouthfeel. This should be selling for £2.50, £3 a bottle. But they didn't, they chose to go down a different avenue, the cheaper avenue, and it hasn't worked out. They put all of the money for the budget of this beer into the marketing department. How many times have we mentioned the marketing department here on Real Ale Craft Beer? Let's rate it. Let's read some of the marketing bump on the back of this bottle then. A smooth, rich, dark ale brewed with the finest British malt, hops and Christmas pudding ingredients. There we go then. Right. Too thin. Not enough body. Not enough stout-like flavours coming through. Your chocolate, your coffee, your caramel. Yes, it has that cinnamon and ginger flavour in there. Spices to make it a Christmas pudding stout. But the other flavours are just not there. It's quite a poor beer, in fact. It's a 5 out of 10. 5 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom! Cheers.